Okay, now folks, it's wedding time, so I'd like to show you some tricks of putting together a wedding. Your florals and your arrangements, and we did our own, and that's where the authority comes from for me to talk about it. And we saved a bundle. I'm going to show you little table arrangements and little corsages right here on my take on home and garden. Alrighty, now I'm going to show you how reasonable, if you're on a budget, that you can do your own wedding florals, arrangements, and corsages. You can buy everything you need at the grocery store in their little pre-made bouquets. Now I took $25 and bought 4 bunches of flowers, 3 $5 bunches and 1 $10 bunch. And let's look at what we can do with that. First, we're going to do what everybody might be afraid of, and that's the corsages. We're going to work with these colors because that's what we have. You want the little mini roses for corsages. Maybe your wedding colors are pink and white, or your wedding colors are yellow and white, and see what you can get for very little money. Okay, now we have floral tape, floral wire, we have a little piece of this lacy trim, lacy satin ribbon, typical white. I know it hurts my feelings to cut them too. Now for a corsage we want about 3 inches. Okay, and it's going to be a living corsage, so it's going to last and stay alive through the wedding. We're going to trim off some of this bottom. It's a little big. This wonderful yellow background. Now we need baby's breath, real important. Shorten this up. Put the biggest piece in the back, then the baby's breath, then the rose. Okay, I want one more element here, which would be a leafy thing, which we have. And I just want 2 of those. So we're going to hold it up, kind of a pinched cone, if you will, together like this, semi-tight. I'm going to take a floral wire. Now my little secret, so we're going to take a pre-cut floral bag and just take the corner of it. It's already floral water with the food in it and the stay right, so it'll last. Okay, so then we're going to come around and fold it over. We'll keep that low. Keep it firm and tight. Now there's actually a little pocket of food and water in there for the corsage. Now it's our job to hide it all. Now this floral tape is waxed, so it's self-sealing to a point. Okay, you see I cut that nice and long. Now we want to come up here one more time with that. Keep it firm, pull and wrap. If you're artsy at all and you have a little patience, you could do this, no problem. Okay, here's our end result to this point. Now this is fine for the men, okay? And then we can take a corsage pin. Most of us know what they look like. you can run that in and out and just try not to get the stems of anything, so that because it's still a little bitty living vase here. Okay, now this is nice for the men. I suggest right on the chest plate, chest muscle, at about a 40-degree angle. Okay, now if it's for the woman or the bridesmaid, we want to feminize it a bit with this lacy ribbon. So here's how we're going to do that. We're going to start out at a 45 angle, again almost like a cone or a bugle, and we're going to wrap that. We're going to turn it once and come back up. By the time you get to the top, you want to make sure the whole ribbon's wide open. Okay, because now for the women it's important that it's open and then it shows. Okay, so we're going to come up and we're going to put our pin through the back, catching the lace and the tape. Okay, so this is what we have, but we're going to cut the leftover just a bit. I'd like to cut it on an angle. Now this is a corsage for bridesmaid, mother-in-law, whatever you need. See, this is more dainty and feminine for her. Okay, there's one. Now, I like to have a tray or a box. This isn't very fancy, so we're gonna put them in a tray and they're gonna go in the refrigerator overnight. We don't want to lose any of the freshness, any of the beauty overnight. Now we did a yellow. Let's do something different for fun so you can see maybe your colors. And we know we're going to need a couple leaves. We want the baby's breath, real important. We're going to want two. We got our leaf set, baby's breath. We're going to need our main flower for the corsage, which is the rose. In this case, the pink rose. Now, what goes with pink? You can use what you like, of course, but I'm saying this little aster being, so it just hurts my feelings to trim any buds off, but this is the trouble with the corsage. Okay, this little aster, full of buds. If we treat it right, it'll keep going. Now we're going to take our little ready corner bag, get some food in there, and we're going to start laying this out. Leaves in the back, baby's breath next. Make sure you can see. Aster. Rose. Just arranging the little mini bouquet here a bit. Get our food cone wrapped up and our floral tape out. We're going to pull out more than we think we would need. Start at the top. Keep it crimped and tight. On a slight diagonal, we're going to go down the piece. Now we're going to go back up on a diagonal. Boy, we've almost got enough. Right up to the top, covering up our last little bit of food pouch. Here we are again. Now if this was for Dad, we could get our corsage pin, pick these up. You've seen them, most of the girls. I've had that box for 15 years. It's lasted and lasted. And we did a wedding out of it, ours. So again, if this was Dad's, we put a pin through the back and he's ready to go. We're gonna pretend this is for one of the women so that we can use this wedding trim here. Again, start on an angle, make kind of a bugle shape, down to the point, and we're going to reverse that point and go back up. See this? Now I want us to fold over on you, but by the time we get there, we're going to be all opened up like I showed before. That could be a left hand or a right hand. Whatever you see, whatever you need. We're going to let that come up behind a little bit so you can do whatever you want with this. If the pinning doesn't, it makes you nervous and it doesn't work out for you exactly, you could hot glue that last piece. It has food, it's not leaking, and it's ready to go. This is going in our tray with, let's see, our wedding party had about 13 and we had a couple full trays. Folks, I hope you enjoyed our wedding tutorial on corsages, and if you like this content and you want to see more, share and like this video. Subscribe to our channel, and you can follow us on Instagram right there on my take on home and garden. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.